Hello all, welcome to Practice Selenium Java Automation series. In this session, I'm going to continue with the automation creation of the first automation test of register account functionality. Okay, that is register account with mandatory fields. This is a part 3 of this series. This is a part 3 of the series where we are automating the live applications for you. If you have not watched our previous videos, that is part 1, part 2, I recommend you go there and watch those part 1, part 2 and come back to this video. So let's get started with this session. So in the last or previous session, I have written this particular code. Okay. So I'm going to continue. So wherever I have stopped, I'm going to continue. Here you can see every time when I have to enter the email address into the email field, we have to enter a new email address. Okay. Every time we enter an email address into the email field, a brand new email address we have to enter into the email field. But that have to do manually, guys. Okay. If you have to run this script, I have to come back here and modify the email address. I have to give a different email address so that the account process will be successful. But every time going to the script and modifying the email here is a hectic process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter an email address which is going to be a brand new every time. How I'm going to do that? I'm going to write some logic for that. Okay. I'm going to generate a timestamp and I'm going to attach the timestamp to this email address so that every time, okay, every time a new email address will be entered into this field. Okay. So here the time will keep changing. Today is 27 December 2023. It's 7:22. Again, when I run the script at later point of time, it may be a different date or month or year or this hours or minutes may be differing. So obviously a new email address will be a brand new email address will be entered every time. So let's get started with this. Here I'll try to generate or write Java logic, for auto generate. Generating the email address with timestamp. Okay, that email address with kind of timestamp, I'm going to pass it here. So for that to happen, I'm not going to waste your time. Rather, I'll just open the browser. Okay, once I open the browser, I'll just take you to this ChatGPT application, and I'll ask the ChatGPT to generate me the Java code. Okay, give Java code for creating a new uh, for creating an brand new email with okay, new timestamp every time. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, so is it is properly coming or not? Let's see. Yeah, here you see there is a code for generating the timestamp here. Date is for new date, and what is happening. So we'll use this logic. We can also write the logic and find it out. I'll just create a kind of a dummy program here, demo with public static void main. I'll delete this file later. Okay, this is not going to be part of our project. I'm going to delete that. Here I'll simply say date is equal to new date. Okay, now I have to print this particular date. Hover the mouse on this date class in Java. Hover the mouse. Hover the mouse and import it from java.util package. And here I'll simply write down system.out.println system.out.println date dot to string. Run this code, right click, run as Java application. You see, we are getting this kind of timestamp. I mean, Wednesday, December 27, 19, 24, 58 second, IST 20. So what I'm going to do is I want to remove these gaps. How to remove the gaps? So I'll try to save this date.toString into some, into some variable string original date. Okay, something like this I'll write. Now I'll write down original date dot split. I have to use split, and in the regular expression I'll use a space. This logic I'm writing with an intention, okay, to achieve something. Wherever there is a space, no, instead of split, right, we can use replace, guys. That is more better, okay. Replace old character. Old character is nothing but space. Replace that with underscore symbol. Underscore, okay. String. The return type will be string. Modified date. I'll just optimize more. Just be with me. Now I'll print out the modified date. This is a modified date. Okay, now run this code, right click, run as Java application. You see, wherever the space is there, underscore has come. Now I can append this part to my email address. Every time I create an email address, I'll append this part, okay? So I can even do one thing like this. Anyhow, this will keep changing, right? So simply I'll say this modified date, okay? I'll say string final date, string email. Email is equal to modified date plus @gmail.com. Okay. Now if I print this email, right, system.out.println, if I print this email, just see it will create an email address which is brand new every time, which is a brand new email address every time. So this I don't want to print. Only the email I would like to print. Right click, run as Java application. You see, we got an email. You see, Wednesday, December 27, 19, 27, 21, IST, something. Again, if I run this, you will get a different email address this time. You see, 32 came. Earlier, 21 came, 32. This is a different brand new email address. Okay. Like this, using the timestamp and all, using this logic, I have created an email address. Now I'll optimize this code a bit. Date.toString dot replace, I'll say, replace. And this part I'll put it here. Why to waste so many lines? Okay. Dot replace. And this part is not required anymore. Okay. Then plus this @gmail.com. I'll put it here. Done. And this will give you the email. That's it. I don't have to write so many lines, right? This will give you the email. This email I will enter into the. So these two lines I'll copy, come back to the automation test, and here I'll paste it. And this email I'll enter here. Instead of entering the email like this, I can enter here. Or even though you don't want this line also, there is a way where you can just copy this part and paste it here. That's it. Let me paste it properly. Yeah, date.toString. It will generate a new email address and enter into the email field. This part is not required at all. Okay. Fine, done. Just an additional one line you got. That's it. Okay, in the code. Now save this and let's run the script to see whether the script is running. And every time a brand new email address is creating. Okay, because when you create an account in the application, okay, when you create an account in the application, every time you have to provide a new email address. Then only it will create an account. We often keep running the same script again and again. Every time it has to create a brand new email so that this process will not fail. You see, a new email has been created. What is the problem? Login didn't happen. There's some problem here. Let me a spot followed by should contain the symbol colon. Okay, there is a mistake here, guys. I have to do a few more steps. Let me tell you what's the mistake here. Earlier, when I have printed something here in the demo.java, there is some mistake here, guys. I'll tell you. I'll print the email here again. There's one more mistake. The email that has been generated is not proper actually. So I'll tell you what is the reason. When I print the email that has been generated with this code, you can see here, all the spaces have been replaced with underscore, but there are some colons also. These colons are not accepted in the email address. Okay, illegal there. So what I have to do is dot replace. Here, one more replace I have to use. Dot replace. And here I have to say, if there is any colon, replace that with underscore. Okay, replace that also with underscore. Not only spaces, but also colon with underscore you have to replace. Now, this part you copy This part you copy and come back to the script and paste it here in a proper way here. Okay. So this will create a proper email address this time. Now let's run the script. Let's close all this stuff and run the script to see whether it is working fine or not. One more replace I have to add. Not only space I have to replace with underscore, but also colon I have to replace with underscore. Then only a proper new brand new email address will be created and that will be entered into the email field while creating an account in this application. Let's see. Now it has been created. Everything is verified. Test has been passed. Things are working fine. So we have successfully completed automating the first test case of the demo application. Okay, this is the first test case in this particular test case document. This test case document is available in the description of these videos, guys. Whatever the video you go, this particular test case documents will be available. Okay, you can refer there. And also not only that, whatever the code I'm writing here, okay, will be provided. Okay, will be provided. You just find in the, you will find all this code and all those details in the description. Okay, of the videos. Fine, anyhow. Next, this test case has been successfully automated. Now let's automate another test case. Okay, let's automate another test case. So this particular test case, can I automate here or not? Okay, a few test cases I'll just, will explain later. Okay, for example, verify thank you for registering email is sent to the registered email address as a confirmation for registering the account or not. Okay, we have to verify whether we are getting this email or not. This I'll not automate right now. Okay, and there's a problem also, that's fine, but I'll not automate this right now, but later I'll try to automate. Okay, at the end I'll try to automate this. For now, let's test case another test case TC002. I'm ignoring for now, we'll come to that later. Okay, first I would like to go with basic test cases, easy test cases, then I will like to go with the hard test cases. Okay, now let's go with this one, test case 003. Verify registering an account by providing all the fields. Okay, we have to create an account, verify, we have to register an account, new account, by providing. Earlier we have created an account only by providing the mandatory fields, but now we have to create an account by providing all the fields, by entering all the fields. Okay, so it will be a bit easy for us this time because most of the code is already written here. So what I have to do here is, there is a minus symbol, just click on that minus symbol. This is the first test case we have automated. Similarly, we can automate another test case. I'll create a test method here. The test and the test methods, right? All these things. Public void register account with all fields. This time not mandatory fields, but with all fields I'm going to create. So in this, I have to write the same code. That is a driver is equal to new Chrome driver. This will open the Chrome browser as you already know. After that, driver dot, have to maximize the browser window, manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get. Here I have to give the application URL. So this tutorial ninja.com/demo application URL, I'll copy paste and I'll paste it here. Once that is done, put a semicolon here. Once that is done, once we go to this application, this time also I have to go to the same register account page, register page. Already for that, the script is already written, guys. I'll just delete this demo.java, guys. Okay, it's not required now. So already in the first test case, this code is already code for clicking on my account and clicking on register option is already written. Just expand this and you'll get this. You see, this is a code for clicking on my account drop menu and then clicking on the register option. Okay, copy the same code. You don't have to, again write. For every test case, you don't have to write the code which is already written as part of the another test case. Just copy paste that. Okay, it will save your time. And what is the next activity? Once you select this register option, now here you have to enter all the details like, first name, last name. This time, not only mandatory fields, but an extra option is there. You see, apart from this, all these are mandatory, right? First name is mandatory, last name is mandatory, email is mandatory, telephone is mandatory, password is mandatory, password confirm is mandatory. Here, this is not mandatory, but privacy policy was also mandatory. This time, we have to also select this newsletter option also. Okay, we have to select the newsletter option so that because of which we are selecting all the options while creating an account. Okay, mostly same. The script that I am going to write for this particular, test case 003 is same. Okay, it's same, right? Fine, it's same. So just this extra thing is newsletter option selecting is the extra thing, okay, which actually makes the test case like all fields are selected while creating an account. Okay, so what we can do is it will take very less time because already these things are already written. How to enter the name into the first name field, last name field. You see, again the same thing. Email address, every time we have to create a new brand new enter. We have to create a new brand new email address with the timestamp we have done, and we have to enter into the email address field. Okay, and then telephone number, then password confirm field, privacy policy, then click on a continue button. Everything is same, right? Copy all this stuff. And in another test case that I'm writing in the same Java file is another test case, test.ng test case. Here I have to write @test case. Okay. I have to convert this normal method into the test.ng test method for the @test. Here I'm writing it. Okay. Here I'm putting all the code. Yeah. So the same step, but extra step was there. Before you select this privacy policy field, before you select this privacy policy field, have to here in the application have to select this. Okay, here you are entering around your motor some email address you are entering, for example. Okay, some brand new email address you are entering. Then after that, your password you are entering, telephone number you are entering like this, and password you are entering 12345. Password confirm you are entering. Then privacy policy, before selecting the privacy policy, I'm going to select the newsletter option. I'm going to change the option, whatever the option that is currently there, I'm going to change it. I'm just selecting inspect option for the S button, S radio button. And here you can see name newsletter is there. Value is equal to 1 is there. Okay. And whatever the other one, value is equal to 0. For S, there is a value 1. For the no option, there is value 0. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll create an XPath expression out of this because I have to take the value also. Name is equal to newsletter, control F, /input, value is equal to, name is equal to newsletter. And at same time, you have to give value is equal to 1. Okay. Then it will locate the proper radio button having the S option. Okay. So this is only one element getting located. Using this XPath, I'm going to create a web element for this S radio button. So here like this, driver dot find element by dot path, use the XPath expression of that S radio button. Okay. So S field is equal to, okay. For the mouse, web element, S field element, S element or S radio button, whatever you want to write, you can write, and then simply say S field element dot click. You say it will select the S radio button. That's it. And after that, you are selecting the privacy policy field, and then you are clicking on the continue button. Then you are clicking on the continue button. Okay. Then account will be created. Remaining steps are same, guys. Once you click on the continue button, the next step is like we have to verify whether the user has been successfully logged in or not. Just see that. Let's see all these things here. We have to follow the test cases, right? Click on my account register option. Enter new account details into field, first name, last name, email, telephone, phone, password confirm. Here you see extra newsletter is that we have given, and click on the continue button. Once you click on the continue button, expect result. User should be logged in, taken to account success page, and proper details should be displayed on the page. Okay. So all the details should be displayed. The same code, guys. Okay. The same code we have to write. And again, when you click on the continue button, user should be taken to the account page. So almost same steps. First test case and second steps, both the same steps. You see, third test case, both have the same expected result only. Already we have automated that as part of the first test case. You see how simple it was for us to automate the third test case now. You see the same things. Okay. So we have to verify whether logout option is available or not. Okay. All this stuff from here to here, we have to copy paste. Contact us link. Okay. Then continue button, we have to click the same continue button. Then, finally, we have to see whether we are on the my account page or not by checking the title and all those stuff, and then pitch. Same code, guys. Only one line was different from this automation test and this automation test. Only one. Okay. This third automation test, only one line is different. That is selecting the newsletter option. Yes, newsletter option is different. Okay, selecting you see these two lines we have added extra, but apart from that, everything is same from the first test case to the second test case that we have automated as part of this. Now save this. And also, guys, you can do one thing. Now we have two test cases. Okay, now we have two test cases, as you can see. This is the first test case we have automated. This is the second test case we have automated. Since we are creating multiple test cases in the same Java file, let's give a proper name. Okay, it's not related to only one test case. Let's give a proper name to this Java file. So I'll say register account, register account. Okay. Now, why you are getting an error? Because the file name is different from the class name. Hover the mouse and rename the file name of Java here to the register account. Register account tests like this. I'll write over the mouse. Create. Done. Now, in this particular single Java file, I'll be able to create multiple tests. You see, this is the first test. This is the second test now. Second test. Two tests are there. Okay. Two tests are there. Right? Fine. Great. Okay. So what we can do next? We can do next something. You see, there is some repeated code here. You see, this part is repeating. The first test case, this part is repeating. The second test case, also this part is repeating. Okay. And multiple test case, multiple parts will be repeating this. So let's keep doing the same thing. And at later, once all the test cases got automated, I'll try to do something. But for now, let's focus on automating the test cases. Okay. Now, I would like to run the second test case that I have just now created. The second test case I would like to run. This is the second test case, right? I would like to click on this run option. Once all test cases are automated, I'll run all the test cases together at the end. But for now, I'll be running only the second test case. Okay. The account is created with all the fields passed. You see, test case is passing. So second test case is working perfectly fine, right? So now let's move on and automate another test case, that is TC004. Okay, this is completed. I'll just mark it here in green color because it's complete. It's pending. So it's pending. So I'll just keep it in orange color for now. Whatever completed, I'll just mark it in green color if it is completed. Now this one, this test case, TC004, verify proper notification messages are displayed for the mandatory fields when you don't provide any fields into the register account page and submit. Okay. Verify proper notification messages are displayed for the mandatory fields when you don't. So we'll do one thing. So I'll just record this as part of the next video, guys. Okay, this video, this much is enough. Okay, as part of practicing automation here. For this video, this much is enough. In the next video of practice automation here, next part of practice automation here series. Okay, I'm going to automate this another test case, that is TC_004. I'll automate as part of the next session. Okay, so guys, that's all for this session. See you in the next session, guys. Hope you are able to understand and practice with me. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.